Friday!
Why are you so excited?
I don't know.
Oh, it's
I
Friday,
just don't know. It's your Friday? Mm-hmm. It's
always
mentally
your
speaking,
Friday.
I'm checked out after Thursday anyway. We all know it. Welcome to our 57th episode. It's Thursday. It's July 5th. We're
Might as
live
well
and
be Friday.
interactive.
And
in
of
a
course,
lot of
we're
ways.
broadcasting using that nifty little feature that Kate did like this to
FTL.
talk about, FTL, which of course is low latency and interactivity, which means that you get to interact with these two bright and shining faces as the show goes on.
That's right. Remember, the esports world is changing constantly. It's also busier than ever, right, Leo? He knows. And since this show is for you, you get to decide what we talk about and cover, and of course, hype.
And how do we do that? Well, you simply check out those voting options you'll see soon right below this very video window
That
here.
window, it's true.
I didn't say it. I didn't say it.
First one. We may be up on the desk, but this is your show, and we'll have trivia, more videos to highlight, more interviews with people in the scene, and much, 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 much more.
So be sure to get your selection in if you want to hear section. Why section? I just totally missed the L. And hear the latest from your favorite esports. Selection section.
Oh, you know.
It's my Friday. I'm going to LA. It's 110 degrees there tomorrow. I'm going to be at Six Flags riding roller coasters while y'all are doing this. I'll send you photos.
Go ahead, chat, if you want to eviscerate him. I have no problem. At any rate, glad you guys are here. We've enabled interactivity for the show, and voting from time to time shall be enabled. Right now, you'll see 4 choices to choose from. We got Dragonball Fighters. We got Smash. Basically, both coming from CEO. We got StarCraft 2 and League of Legends.
I want to know when Jabali tore his Achilles. Jabali, the guy that puts on CEO, got out of surgery today.
No.
And like his tendon was completely removed from.
How did it happen?
I don't know. So I'm like, apparently I
so
missed
many
a
questions.
hell of a CEO if he's in surgery.
I was going to
not
say,
days
wait,
later.
yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Guys, let us know in the chat if you know. Let us know. Hello,
get your vote in?
Canadian Kitty. It's so great to see you too there, doll face. Looks like we're gonna go Dragon Ball Fighters.
Fighters.
You want to talk about CEO first?
Is that because I have my roots in the FGC?
Sure.
All right, whatever. CEO 2018 has come and gone, but this marks the beginning of something bigger, the Dragon Ball Fighters World Tour. Now, CEO was the first event in the circuit that will be heading to at least 4 countries, continuing all the way into 2019. Now, these saga events will include Ultimate Fighting Arena in France, Thunderstruck in Mexico, Southeast Asia Major in Singapore, and VS Fighting in the UK.
Okay. Jolly old London town. So here's the thing. CEO was the perfect event to kick off the world tour with all the top talent in attendance. As much as we all love the perennial Sonic Fox v Goigi matchup, it seems like Saga is at an end with Sonic Fox falling early in the winners semifinals to Fenriti. Although it was Goichi that defeated Fenriti and Kazunoko.
Kazunoko?
Sure.
Look,
To land
Kazunoko.
himself in the grand finals yet again, this was not the classic Goichi wash people were expecting.
All right, so I checked out a little bit of this, and I
Let's hear it.
want to remember. Is it Go 1 or is it Goichi? Because we referred to him as both.
Blurg. I thought it was Goichi.
I thought it was Go 1. I saw in chat Go 1. Not here, but when I was watching. Anyway.
So Fire Punch says you got it, Goichi.
Goichi? All right.
And
all right.
so does BC Fighting. So
all right.
we're going to go with you guys,
just
and if
remember
we're
seeing the Go
wrong,
one.
we're all wrong together.
Now, sent down the losers top 12, Kazunoko had a long road ahead of him, and on his journey down Snake Way, no, you never watched the show.
No.
That must have been Tabs back there. He defeated Beyond Toxin, Apology Man, Sonic Fox, Dagura, and Fenriti without dropping a single game. Lay it on me.
Oh, Fire Punch says spelled Go 1. Normally 1 is Ichi in Japanese.
Gotcha. So
Well done,
everybody
Fire
was
Punch.
right.
Thank you for the, you know what, we learn something new every day there, Archontastic.
It's true. Now that's 11 games of pure unadulterated destruction. Now with Kazunoko earning his spot in the first ever grand final in Dragon Ball Fighters, this would also be his first time getting better than 4th place.
Kazunoko?
Kazunoko.
Hey, I got there eventually. He came flying out of the gate using his ride or die team of adult Gohan, Kid Buu,
Boo. Kid Boo, yeah.
and
Kid Buu.
Yamcha. Well, Goichi's,
Yamcha.
Yamcha?
Yamcha.
You know, I like Yamcha better. Well, Goichi stuck to his guns with his team of
Vegeta.
That's the one, and Bardock. I know things. Not many. The grand final started out with the momentum heavily in Kazunoko's favor, opening up Goichi's legendary defense with newly integrated cross-ups, leading to massive combos. We like seeing massive combos. Goichi was able to salvage 1 game, but Kazunoko was able to reset the bracket 3-1. The final grand final, like the final grand final, was no different when Kazunoko catching Koichi with air-to-air interrupts, grabs, and his mind-bending mix-ups. Koichi at his wit's end, and who wouldn't be? Kazunoko's power level going even further beyond. It was Kazunoko that would take the set 3-1 again to win the tournament. On top of everything else. On top of this amazing achievement, Kazunoko also took home first place in Guilty Gear, heading home with 2 championship belts. You think they give them to you in belts?
Yeah, CEO gives you belts.
Oh, what about Evo?
No, Evo's different. CEO, it's you fight in a ring, as a matter of fact.
That's right.
You've seen all the clips. You're in a ring.
Yes,
so
yes.
They play heavily into the wrestling.
I prefer a crown, quite frankly, but I will understand a belt.
Duly noted, I believe, is the words. And there's suggestions in chat that we make you read DBZ names and fighters' names every single episode.
What's sad about this? That's Mara that's putting that in chat. Team Kate, what are you doing, Mara?
All right, now the Kazunoko saga is just beginning, so if you can't wait to see the past broadcast, head on over to twitch.tv/Dragonball Fighters and get all the details at smash.dg/CEO 2018.
Yeah, it's a good time for esports right now. Actually, we don't have it in the show this week because it's right in the middle of semifinals, but ESO1 Clone, this is your time to vote, by the way. Just go vote and stuff, whatever.
Wow.
Anyway. I mean, if you don't want to, don't go for it, but, you know, then we're not going to read it, so. Choose your own adventure. Madden, NFL 2K18, Gwent, or Smash from E3, which is a very long time ago.
How did we lose the other CEO title that was up there?
I don't know. That'll eventually be up again. At any rate, yeah, so we've got, right now ESL1 Cologne is going on for CSGO fans. In case anyone's curious, the semis, we're currently in the quarterfinal matches, but right now the semis are, we've got Astralis that's qualified for the semifinals, and FaZe Clan. FaZe is going to beat, sorry, FaZe is going to play.
Wow.
Either the outcome of Big versus G2, or and then Astralis is going to play whoever wins the outcome of Na'Vi versus Fnatic. So maybe we'll see a FaZe via Fnatic. I don't know. Again, but
depends on who FaZe beats next, right? Oh wait, no, they play next.
It's not my fault. They're in a good place. Although Fnatic was in a good place too, and they obviously lost to FaZe. So how's about them apples? Let's talk about Smash Brothers, and this is one of those things that if you didn't watch the E3 precedents,
I'm just admiring your desk over here.
I have a lot of things on my desk.
Drink, pen, no paper, but there's a pen.
There is a paper over here, and I just talked about it, so it's done.
Why do you have? That's not even like college rule paper.
It's graph paper.
Why do you have graph paper?
Because I enjoy a good doodle, and I like my doodles to be geometric.
All right, go ahead.
As many of you know, we were in the mystical lands of Los Angeles not long ago, where the glorious E3 took place in the middle of June. We are now almost the middle of July, but there we are. There they had more games and gear than your 5 senses could handle. Now, for those in the Smash community, you will recall one amazing moment at E3. The official announcement of Smash Bros. Ultimate. Not only did Nintendo announce this brawling beauty, but they also held a Smash Invitational, which featured 8 of the top Smash players. Hungry Box not included.
Now, these Smash Brawlers were not just familiar with the Smash genre, but were some of the leading pros, but Nintendo didn't want any old Smash tournament. This was going to be the first ever tournament on Smash Ultimate. A crazy idea that these Smash players would have to compete in a game no one has ever played. Sounds like fun, right? With possible changes to their favorite characters and mechanics. Like, it sounds like a lot of fun. Either way, these players took to the stage.
Mr. R and Lucky were taken out immediately. A Smash favorite, Mango and Abadango. I knew this one. Abadango. We're close behind, taking 5th respectively. Smash's Android Armada. Now, he's actually from the Dominican Republic, I believe, and he was on a hot streak. Was next to be defeated, sadly. And Plop quickly followed. That left us with Zero and McLeo to battle it out in the finals. McLeo is what I've been told. MK Leo. I eventually got there. You know what? MK Leo. Not to be confused with Mikalele, who is a CSGO player. Moving right along. After a bracket reset by MK Leo, it seemed MK Leo had run out of luck, but he seemed to get his ground and took out MK Leo for the first round, only to be met with resistance from MK Leo. as he took
Oh
the
my
second
goodness.
round.
Whoa, look at the prompter.
what
This
they
is the
meant.
best. This is the best.
If I can
No,
say.
Kate, you have to read it.
Of course I do. Mekaleo took the second round from Mekaleo, leading them into round number 3, the final one.
MK Leo
Now, as we now know, MKLeo was actually fighting hard against Zero, but air dodging like a champ by this point. Only losing 1 stock, Zero was able to send MKLeo soaring for all 3 stocks, winning the Smash Invitational. It's okay.
Mara's having too much fun in chat. That was the best segment ever seen in a prompter.
You know what? Don't worry, Tabs, because honestly, you get so many things right that
it looks
this
like a
one time
blank
is fine.
PowerPoint presentation that says bullet point 1 goes here. It's like who tweeted out the Call of Duty tweet from their personal account talking about they're pumping something up, and they
God.
tweeted nothing but you can put whatever you want here. Just make sure you tag hashtag Call of Duty.
no.
Oh, was it Joel Embiid? It was somebody like that. That's what basically happened in our prompter. Anyway, this is no surprise to Smash fans, as back in 2014, Nintendo held a very similar Smash Invitational, Hungry Box included, to commemorate the announcement of Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U, which Zero won as well. It will be interesting to see how well he does in future tournaments when Smash Bros. Ultimate has its full release in December.
Whew, well, that was a
Hilarious
exciting
thing that we made out of with no curse words.
MK.
So we're doing great.
I was just making sure you pronounce it correctly.
That's what it is.
I was just cracking up that it said MK Leo took on MK Leo, and after MK Leo took out MK Leo in the first match, the second match
was
featured MK
really
Leo.
busy for that entire tournament. Well done. Do we have trivia, Nana?
Nope, one more.
We have
one?
una
Wait,
más,
did
so-
Northwest Majors? Isn't that usually in May? Oh, did I miss it?
I think you did, Boo.
I mean, it's just down in Kent.
I know.
Oops.
Is it Kent or is it? Because I've seen last time I saw Northwest was in not Shoreline. What's that? No,
Des
yeah,
Moines.
it's south.
It's
yeah.
Highline.
It's
It's Highline
you're right.
to me, it's
yes,
right there.
exactly.
I mean, they literally touch.
Exactamundo. Oh, looks
I'm
like a
voting for
digital card game.
I'm trying to go for 2K because that copy is always hilarious too. One more again.
One more again.
I'll never forget that.
One more again. You know what? All I'm going to say is that we have a very talented producing staff.
They're wonderful.
They are, in fact. That is not a joke. Gwent, I shall start this one as it is my favorite genre, digital card games. Sorry, 7. Now, with the 4th season of Gwent Masters Pro Ladder Circuit closing a few weeks ago, it was time for the most elite Gwent players to take on new competitors that are looking to make their way into Gwent Masters, and it all came down to an end earlier this month.
Also, I'm just going to throw this out here. Kate's favorite all-time competitive game, though, is Clash Royale. Now, it all started with the quarterfinals. She used to compete, single elimination, and a best-of-5. The 8 players competing all showed great promise and drive to win this tournament and make their way into the Gwent Masters. One player who rose through the ranks was Andy Wand. Andy Wand may have been listed as a newcomer, but he is no stranger to the Gwent competitive scene. Having competed at Gwent Slam #2, he is very familiar with the pressures of offline, face-to-face battles. Now, back then, he was a newcomer and was taken out in the semifinals immediately by Super JJ, but Andy made his return at Gwent
Super
Open
JJ.
#5 and was very prepared to take his competition out. Having joined one of the most competitive teams in Gwent, Team... Ooh, how do you do that one?
This is Aritsua. Sure.
Yeah, Aratuza.
Aratuza
I like
sounds about
Aratuza.
right.
Aratuza sounds right. Now, blah, blah, blah. He has given him the help he's needed to fortify his strategy and avoid those impulse decisions.
Arituza.
Now, Andy has dedicated himself to the Gwent competition by postponing his time at university to pursue Gwent full-time.
Now that takes guts. And
Dude,
that
yeah,
full-time
big
commitment
guts.
paid off. Andy Wand tore through the competition this weekend, winning the quarterfinal match against Darmoquis.
Darmarquise?
Remember those phonetics we talked about? Anyway,
Darmarquis?
with an easy 3-0 win, then taking on a crowd favorite, Poland's Vanderman. Vanderman came in 3rd at the end of Season 4's Pro Ladder, but that didn't stop Andy Wand sending Vanderman home in the semis with another 3-1 victory. Finally, Andy Wand took on
Tailbot.
Oh, there's an L. Tailbot. I should probably get my eyes checked again. In the final, because it's like an I and an L next to each other, and it's just confusing. In the finals, for all them marbles, Andy Wand took the first round, but Tailbot took the next 2. Andy facing defeat. He stepped it into high gear took the next match, taking the finals to Game 5. We love Game 5 and finals, or Game 7, but 5 usually. Andy, not letting the chance to prove himself slip from his grasps, he conquered and continued to push the field early on, giving Tailbot no room to recover, taking Game 5, making Andy won the Gwent Open numero 5 tournament champion.
Son. Now, for those wanting to learn more about competitive world of Gwent, you can check them out on master.playgwent.com.
Fancy that.
I have nothing. Oh, is it trivia time?
Oh, is it trivia time?
It just might be.
Well, that sounds like something we should do then. Remember, guys, you gotta log in, and you gotta, log in, and then press the button when it says trivia.
Oh,
So-
nope, not yet.
So,
It's Friday for everyone.
it
here,
is
feels
Friday
like.
for, we're gonna start here
Oh,
shortly.
here we go.
That
we back,
is
boys.
how we do.
There we go.
All great. Cool, okay. So we've got,
Go for a second.
it was on the Red Show, another quality program that we all know and love.
Kate, do we have to log in?
That's right, Rukari. Make sure to log in order to participate live. Okay, what do we got? Which country made it to the finals of Gwent Open number 37? Which country?
Where'd you see 37? Oh, that's a question mark at the end.
Oh, Lord. Very clearly, I do need to get my prescription looked at. It's Germany, by the way. All you.
D-A-U-T-S-A-H. Deutschland, rah,
Oy,
rah,
oy,
rah.
oy. Moving right along. Let's see our next question. Remember, you gotta answer quick. Which person ended up winning the Smash E3 2018 tournament?
Look at the answers.
Wait,
Oh my God, Kate, you're missing it.
I am missing it. I'm
No,
totally
look,
missing
look.
it. What?
That was a good one. Way
I
to
got
accept
nothing.
the faux pas there. And
I missed it. Okay.
Malik, was that you that voted for MK Leo?
0.
Oh, no. I voted for 0.
Oh, I see it now. MK Leo, my arse.
Oh my goodness.
Last question. This is going off the rails.
One more again. Which player won the CEO 2018 event for Dragonball Fighters?
Dragonball Fighters. Which team won the CEO event? Team or player? Did we say team or player?
Which player?
Dragon Ball Fighters. It's the one that I tried to pronounce several times and almost got correct. Kazunoko. Did I do it?
How'd you do over there, Chief? Oh, is that red I see on your screen?
Oh.
Oh.
In 20th place.
So, fun fact, Malik is not doing well.
Just like tips and tricks.
Just like tips and tricks. Struggling as per usual.
Wow.
But let's
Wow.
keep this struggle train a roving. It's a
Roving.
roving. It's a
How
moving.
does one a roof?
Well, glad you asked, Rukari. It's a roving mover is how I apparently thought of it. But let's find out what we're talking about next.
Okay.
To the board! Madden, NBA 2K, Texas Showdown 2018 or Northwest Majors. I am clicking NBA 2K because,
Yep.
like you, I'm delighted
I'm curious to see.
by Josh's
And then again,
witty repartee.
Madden season is the reason my hand hit your face. There was an old Madden commercial that was just amazing. I'll show it to you.
That's excellent. Oh, we got Texas Showdown coming in hot. Here we go. Actually, I heard somebody earlier. I'm not sure why it's loading like that, but somebody said it felt like a. Oh yeah, no. Mr. Teal said the image loaded like we were on a 56K modem.
Oh no.
Not sure what's going on there, guys, but I'm not disagreeing with your pronunciation either. Okay. Ooh, yeehaw!
No, you have to do this with your Texas accent.
Yeehaw! Texas Showdown 2018 went down early last month in the Star City of Houston, Texas. We saw some hardcore fighting action. I don't even know if that's like Texas draw or if that's like Southern. Southern goes to the
No,
fucking
Southern
mile.
slower and, you know.
Oh.
Like my left.
Like molasses.
Yes.
The
It's
Texas
sweet and savory
Showdown,
like
much like yourself. The Texas Showdown has been around for the last 18 years and is one of the oldest fighting game annual tournaments this country has, spanning a full 3 days. This event has tournaments ranging from Street Fighter to Guilty Gear.
Now, even Red Bull got into the action this year, featuring a Red Bull Rise promo tournament in Street Fighter V to allow competitors to scout out the competition in their area and prepare for the region's Red Bull contest or conquest qualifier.
Mara, you are correct. That was mostly Georgia, but let's find out if I can keep on with this Texas accent. We'll see if it even is like a Texas accent. The Street Fighter tournament had 34 entrants, but the only two names you need to remember are Daka African and Oliver Queen. Now, Oliver Queen fought their way through the loser bracket after their loss in the winners semifinals. After their win in the losers finals, Oliver Queen then went on to face against Daka African. I missed one letter. In the grand finals, Oliver Queen made quick work of Dr. African, winning the I was going to say the African finals. It makes some sense. Winning the I'm going to leave the...
you will drop the accent.
The grand finals. So listen, winning the grand finals 3-1 and triggering a bracket reset, which you love seeing for a second grand finals match. A reset in the grand finals. That's pretty cool. This match came much closer, heading to the dreaded Game 5. However, Oliver Queen was on a roll. Took that 5th round to secure victory at the Red Bull Rise event. Now, hopefully we see great things from these competitors at Dallas Red Bull Conquest Qualifier coming up just next weekend, July 14th.
Now, the Tekken tournament at Texas Showdown was a showcase of precision, skills, and reflex-based attacks. Now, after 148 of the combatants fell, we were left with Red Bull's Anakin and Panda's global speed kicks. Now, Anakin and Speed Kicks battled it out in the winners' finals, only to have Anakin shut Speed out 3-0. However, after his win in the losers' finals, Speed Kicks made his return to face Anakin once more. One more again, as Kate would say.
One more again.
But it seems Anakin still held the high ground. Oh my God, I hate you. As he smacked Speed Kicks down 3-1, taking the Texas Showdown 2018 Tekken 7 Championship.
Now, to find out all of the information, every single piece, go to txshowdown.com.
Tabs is over here.
Tabs is
dying.
enjoying himself.
He's in the back doing this. All you see is his shoulders because there's no lights back there. You see this little... He got me. I read it. I was reading. I was like, son of a gun. He got me. Kate, what's next?
Well, Rukari, I'll tell you as soon as you tell me. Madden, NBA 2K18, Heroes of the Storm, Northwest Majors. We both know that I am voting for NBA 2K18.
Oh, I voted for NBA 2K.
Make our day. Let's find out
Kate
what
learned
Josh did.
so many things about basketball culture through these segments.
It's true.
Is that only 2? Does it count? We're only doing in-show It's Trues, right?
Precisely.
All right. I was waiting for you to be like,
Had
it's
that
true.
one ready in my back pocket, which is funny because I'm wearing a dress without pockets. Ooh! Perhaps it's a NBA 2K18 kind of day.
Could be. Let's see.
There it is.
Now, a fair piece of time has passed since we last talked about NBA 2K League, and a lot has gone down on the hardwood. Now, the weekend of June 15th wrapped up the 5th week of regular season. June 15th was a while ago play. But before we get into that, let's briefly talk about the mid-season tournament, The Turn. Now, after falling just shy of winning the tip-off tournament to open the season, Blazers Gaming has been putting in work, and it shows. Last time we talked about the team, they had nearly given up what would have been an easy win. After we said they need to show up to play every game, because of course you need to show up to play every game,
90%
they
of
did.
everything is showing up.
Oh, that's true. Now, Blazers went berserk and won every game by double digits, taking home a piece of the 2K League banner and $75,000 to split between them.
Mara, I'm not going to say, Mama, there goes that man.
Mama, there goes that man.
I did say it. Now, the final game of the tournament between Blazers Gaming and Celtics Crossover Gaming cemented the Blazers' spot at the top of the league. Blazers won by a staggering 14 points. That's 92-78 if you're keeping track at home. After monumental performances by their top 3 players. Mama, I'm that man. Dat boy shots and one wild walnut.
That last name is the best one, I think.
You know what? I think it is. And that is saying something. Now, the 3 of them put up more points and boards than the entire Celtics roster combined, with a total of 86 points, 28 rebounds between them.
Incredible, actually. Now, this game was indicative of where the 2K League meta is currently sitting. Now, the go-to strategy is currently 1 pure rim protector to go hard in the paint. I hate you for that. And 3 sharpshooter archetypes to keep defense on their toes beyond the arc. Long story short, you spread the court.
One more again.
One more again. Ah. Now, this is what led to Blazers Gaming's high-scoring victories.
Okay, so week 5 started off with Blazers burning heat Check Gaming. Is it Heat Check Gaming?
Heat check. Heat check. You know what a heat check is?
No.
You make 1 or 2 and you take a heat check. You just pull, you cast. You take another shot from where cast.
Like
cast your line.
Sure.
So heat check is like you make 2 or 3 shots in a row and then you have a green light to put one up from wherever. It's the heat check. See how hot you are.
Oh.
See what I mean?
I get it. Steph Curry uses that one on the reg.
Yeah.
I guess.
Okay, on the reg.
Okay, so Blazers burnt Heat Check Gaming by 23 points. That's 87-64. The Heat kept things relatively close in the first half, of being down by 8 points is close to you, but everything fell apart from the Miami Heat in the second, as no one could have expected the hot streak the Blazers Gaming pulled off, going 5 of 8 from behind the arc while outscoring the Heat 52-37. The Blazers' blistering offense mopped the floor, while the Heat's defense had cold feet. God, he's such a great writer. Blazers top 3 added a 4th phenom to the list of players hitting double figures in points, with Lavis Phenom putting up 20 points on the day. At week's end, Blazers they're undefeated at the top of the later boards, and looks like they intend on keeping it that way with a 6-game winning streak.
Trying to remember if it's plural because the team is talking about people.
Technically, if it's if it's a single entity, then it's is.
Yeah.
But if it's multiple, I don't know.
But what I mean is the team is a single entity. It's a single team, right? Mm-hmm. But there's multiple people on the team, but it's still a single team. Somebody at home is going to tell us, and they're going to be far more intelligent than we are. Anyway, Celtics Crossover Gaming looked to come back with a vengeance after their mid-season tournament loss to Blazers Gaming and put Bucks Gaming down hard, 84-65. 19, almost a dub. Remember what a dub is?
20.
Yeah, there we go. Now, the game was off to a bit of a sleepy start with the Celtics only up by 4 at the end of the first quarter. That's just good basketball. And extending that lead to 7 at the end of the first half. Now, they traded buckets shot for shot throughout the third, but the fourth is when things turned on Bambi. I mean, Bucks Gaming. You know what? See, the best thing that we could possibly do is get in and read these scripts beforehand, and I go like this. No. Now, the Celtics went on a 26-12 run in the fourth quarter to end the game and sent the Bucks home with their tails between their legs. Do Bucks really have tails like that? I don't know. Now we need more
They do, but I don't think they could get them between their legs.
Not with that attitude.
Logistical issue.
Now, 4 players on the Celtics Crossover Gaming hit double digits in points, and with double doubles from, that's got to be Fab and Arsenal. It can't be OFAB, because you usually don't say that first letter, right? Yeah, that's what we'll say.
Sure.
Now, it seems they took a page from the Blazers playbook and are looking for payback.
Thankfully, not every game was a blowout this week. Mavs Gaming and Cavs Legion GC went down to the final buzzer with a game-saving block by Cavs Legion Sick at Sick X973. Boy, that seems really difficult for casters to say. At any rate, to win by 1, 67-66. The game was a back-and-forth slugfest from start to finish. Each team had 2 players with 20-plus point games. God of 2K, appropriately named, and Savage from Cavs Legion, and from the Mavs Dimes, and Huzzah UK 2K. While each team had their fair share of high scores, Dimes and Savage gave up the ball far too often with 8 and 7 turnovers respectively. Ugh. If either one of them had commanded more control over the ball, this could have been a very different game.
All right, so you know what you say if you steal the ball from somebody? Cookies. And it's gonna make no sense.
It's like
but
this?
it's like, no, I took your cookies. Like,
oh, that's funny.
Took your cookies.
When I was in middle school and I was on a super cool team, my coach used to say, when you're making a free throw shot, you have to like reach into the cookie jar.
Oh, that's true. It makes you extend. Now, anyway, with the close of week 5, the top team. Do you see that?
Yep.
With the close of week 5, the top team is still Blazers Gaming, followed by Pistons GT and Jazz Gaming. Week 8 starts tomorrow with Pistons GT.
Yes.
No. Going up against Kings Guard Gaming. It's hand in the cookie jar.
Hand in the cookie jar. Guess what?
Chicken butt.
we get to talk more of FGC.
We do we?
We do-y indeedy.
Do we?
Indubitably.
Indubitably.
That's right. So at any rate, we'll get to that right here in a second because we've already enjoyed ourselves. I just have like something weird in my throat.
That's just
like
your voice.
A hairball.
We deal with it. Oh, I was just playing.
Every week on this segment, IRL Esports, we try to feature a different personality. Just kidding. In the scene, and this time we have a representative from what I mentioned before, the FGC, also known as the fighting game community, in the house to help us share more and learn more about the tournament scene and ways to get involved.
He's from a group called Body Count Fighting, and they have an online tournament later today at mixer.com/bodycountfighting. Aptly named. So let's hear from him about what his group and tournaments are about.
Shayan, welcome to the show.
Hey, everybody.
Hey.
How you doing?
Hey, good.
Good
How
to
are
have you.
Thanks for having me.
Doing great.
We're always fans of FGC guys
Yeah,
on here.
what? I mean, again, that's my roots.
It's your roots.
That's my roots.
Feels like you should
Ish,
start.
Roots-ish, you know, for a few years at least.
Sure.
It translates to sports games very well. It's that competition, you know?
You guys have, and listen, there's a lot of smack talking going on in the Gears and the Halo and the every esports scene, but it's hard to outdo some solid smack talk coming from the FGC.
Pop-offs and-
That's pop-offs are just
pop-offs and FGC stuff is absolutely
it's just
wonderful.
great entertainment is all I'm gonna say.
Oh, 100%. That's something we try to bring out in Body Count Fighting, the smack talk.
Nice. Okay, well, Shayan, let's actually talk to a little bit about you. Tell the viewers who you are, a little about yourself, and a little bit about Body Count Gaming.
Hey, so Body Count Fighting, what I am is I'm a producer on the show, also host/commentator. What we do at Body Count Fighting is we basically give players the opportunity, as you mentioned, to trash talk, right?
Yeah.
So we have them come in, they shoot promos. Similar to CEO, they compete in a ring, but they also have entrances. And instead of it being a tournament, what we do is we have a night of exhibition matches, similar to what you would see in UFC or WWE. Like we curate some of the best players, they come against each other, and some even compete for a nice, big, shiny belt, which I should have brought with me.
Oh, what are you doing? That's okay. Well, so we actually mentioned it earlier that there is going to be a tournament, and this is part of a series. Can you tell us a little bit about what's happening later today and the series overall?
Yes, so the Body Count Fighting online series is what we do is it's a free-to-enter tournament, smash.gg/BC Fighting. As a matter of fact, I'm getting the belt right here because they heard me.
There we go.
There we go.
You know how to hold it, too. What a delight.
Smash.gg/BC Fighting. Free to enter online tournament with a $250 prize pool each tournament. And we're going on into phase 2 of the year. Phase 1 is very similar. So it's so each month we do 4 different games. Tonight is going to be Street Fighter 5. Next week is going to be Dragonball Fighters, then Tekken 7, and then Injustice 2. So what it is top 16 are going to get points that are going to accumulate throughout the year. So we're having a bunch of different phases, and the top 8 throughout all of them will be invited to a Body Count Fighting online tournament, and the winner of that will participate in one of our events and hopefully earn a chance to compete for this title.
Man.
And that belt.
That belt is no joke. Look
Nice
at that
and
thing.
heavy.
Yeah. So, I mean, in terms of storyline, what should people be expecting to see from watching these tournaments? Obviously, we've mentioned Smack Talk. Obviously, FGC, you expect a certain number of things. What are you excited to see with this series and specifically at mixer.com/BC Fighting this evening?
Yeah. So one of the things that makes this tournament so exciting, especially for me, is we give those players that aren't sponsored, that are from all over the U.S., that they have an opportunity to come out to LA and travel that don't really get the opportunity as often. So to give you an example, we have a player who's pretty well known named Eric C, but he's not sponsored. And we flew him out for his first trip to LA, and he's been on 3 Body Count Fightings. So we allow him the opportunity to travel, to put himself out there and show who he is as a player, and to kind of, put himself out there to hopefully get sponsorships. And what was fun about him is that he plays a character, Fong, who not a lot of players play. Like you see a lot of Nakalis, Akumas, and all that good, and Giles or Camis, but Fong you don't see much of, and he put on a great show for us coming in when he was competing.
Now, you said you were in LA, yeah?
Yeah.
I've seen the weather. Why are you in a sweatshirt?
He was talking about that.
So I'm in a sweatshirt because as you guys were mentioning earlier on the show, CEO was this past weekend, and all my BCF shirts were dirty. So this was
okay. All right.
I'd stay
I
on
had to
brand.
ask. I was sitting there, I was like, wait a minute, it's like the buck out there. All right. Now, anyway, your next main event is coming up August 11th. What is this event, and why should we tune in?
So, like I mentioned, it's a night of exhibition matches. So we kind of play on to storylines that are already happening in the FGC and try and bring them over. Like last time we had Guilty versus Low Tier God, which is a story that came on from E-League. So we continue that coming on through.
Yeah. The Street Fighter guys.
Yeah, exactly. When they did the Challenger House.
Yeah.
See,
Good. I see things.
Names are hard. But E-League is easy.
Well, yeah. Well, didn't they play against? I'm trying to remember who was the oh my gosh, who was the celebrity? Oh my gosh.
It was Lupe.
Was it Lupe Fiasco?
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was Lupe.
Goodness. Okay, so here's the question. Oh yeah, sorry. Keep talking.
No, it's okay. It's okay. So as we mentioned, it's a very produced event where we bring, like you said, bring some of the best players that compete in the ring. We have a cosplayer who's kind of like the ring person who lets them in and out the ring, keeps the crowd entertained. We have giveaways. If you're in the Burbank area, it's free food, free to enter. So come hang out. And like I said, some players compete for this title belt. And also what we've included since the last event is now they're playing for $2,500. So if you win that one match, which is a first to 5, you walk away with this belt and the money. So that's something that players are striving for, and also our champions are trying to keep.
If I'll say it once, I'll say it 1,000 times. LA is becoming pretty much the esports mecca, and I'm both delighted and saddened by that because we don't live there. But also, we're so close. So you mentioned that people can enter, that you can actually, if you are good enough, you can find your way to that belt and that prize pool. If someone want to get involved in general, how do they go about doing that?
So to get involved in the tournament or the FGC in general?
I mean, let's run the gambit, Shayan. Let's go for it. Either one.
All right, so to get in our tournament, like I said, smash.gg/BCF. You'll be able to sign up there, free to enter. And like I said, the first one's tonight. Next week is Dragon Ball, then Tekken 7, and then Injustice. It's going to be every week for the next 4 weeks. Sign up tonight. It's free. Now, if you want to get an FGC, it's very easy. Just show up to your local tournaments. FGC is very broad and very welcoming. So if you just show up, and even if you get bodied, let's say you go home 0-2, ask the person, what can you do to do better? And there's a good chance they'll help you out. Like, that's the great thing about the fighting game community. It's so open, so welcoming. You go in, you get bodied a couple of times, then you start winning, and you get noticeable, and then, you're just ingrained in it. It's so awesome.
I will say that it's nice. So FGC is, I think, to my knowledge, the only real esports scene that has the word community right there.
It doesn't even have to be right there. It's just it's
definitely a part of it. But it's like that's the fighting game community. The fact that it's that everybody knows it colloquially as FGC. There's that community is definitely a huge part.
I think because it took off before really esports as a whole took off.
Before they brought in the lights.
I mean, he talks about finding your local tournaments. It's less even about the tournaments. I know at GameWorks just over in Seattle. Every Tuesday night they have a fighting game group that gets together and orders a bunch of food and brings all their consoles and screens and just goes at it.
Get those fighting sticks out.
And then, of course, out of that comes the competition and the smack talk, and we see things like this groups brought up. So, yeah, it's all good. All right, I got one more for you. Now, if you could tell the skeptical folks out there that don't know a lick about esports or competitive gaming, why they should get into it, like, what do you tell people? What do you tell the people that have no idea what you're doing?
Well, I tell them when it comes to fighting games, especially like I mentioned, it's such an easy to enter thing. It's very easy to also watch and also take in, because when it comes to fighting games, it's just 1v1. That's it. There's 2 characters. There's a life bar. It's easy to read. It's not that hard. Like, there's certain esports out there like Overwatch or Counter-Strike. You have so many cameras you need to watch. With fighting games, it's one screen. It's 1v1. And that's all. It's who's the better player right then and there. It's not the strategies that go into it and everything. And it's once you get into it and once you start playing, you start realizing a lot of things. Like, to give you an idea, is our office, we just got a Street Fighter 2 cabinet, and that luckily it's free to play, because if not, all our paychecks would go into there. We have been putting in the hours on that, and people are getting so involved because, it's a game that everyone remembers from their childhood. You remember seeing Street Fighter, you remember seeing Mortal Kombat, and it's an easy entry because it's like, oh yeah, this is the newer version of that. Cool. Looks awesome. So you just give it a try. And, especially now with Dragonball Fighters, the IP that it is has such a huge audience. And right now it has the biggest numbers signed into EVO, which is the fighting game tournament of the year. and Dragon Ball Fighters leading the pack. Yeah, it's insane. It kicked everybody's tail at CEO this past weekend as far as entries go. And you know a fighting game is like really sprouting when the internationals start coming in, which is why we saw Kazunoko, Fenrich, and Goichi, like they're so good in this game, and it just keeps growing and growing and growing, which fighting games is a really exciting time to be a part of.
Nice. Well, hey, Shayan, the last question we got here is where can people find you and your work, and do you have any special shout-outs?
Cool. So you guys can find me at A Super Shy Guy on Twitter. Make sure to follow BC Fighting at BC Fighting on Twitter and on Mixer as well. As we mentioned, the tournament will be on later today on Mixer, so stay tuned for that because that's going to be awesome. Of course, it's going to be after the show because you're going to want to watch the rest of this awesome show.
Yeah.
Hey.
Aw, Shayan, you're the best. BC Fighting. Let's see. It's BC Body Count Fighting. Body Count Fighting.
Count Fighting.
Love it, love it. Well, Shayan, thank you so much for being here, and we'll have you on again to talk a little bit more FGC.
Oh yeah, I'm super excited, and like I said, I was watching earlier and seeing all the stuff that you guys are reporting on. It's a great show. I'm excited to be a part. Thank you for having me today, and I would love to come back.
Sounds great. Thanks again, Shayan.
Thank you.
BC Fighting. Have a good day. Okay.
See what's up there. I don't believe that though.
What?
That's
the upcoming tournaments? Yeah, I think we're a little.
Yeah.
Not yet.
I'm assuming we're a little early.
Y'all are ready to get out of here too, huh? Woo! Look at that.
I get it. We get it. I'm there. So let's find out what is going to be trivia. Nope, choosing the next segment.
Next segment.
Oh, looks like we got PUBG, StarCraft 2, Heroes of the Storm, Northwest Majors.
I like how we just dropped Madden as well. That's cool.
The...
Now you know.
Oh.
Anything that I had like interest in.
It's okay. We didn't have ESL 1 Cologne either.
Okay, but you had it on your graphic.
Yeah, I know, because I force-fed it in there.
Second of all, as well, why are you yelling at me? I'm right here.
Felt right.
Okay.
Time. You all decide. Looks like PUBG is up for, might be our numero uno.
You know
Everyone
what?
vote
I'm kind of
PUBG,
upset
says
that
Malik.
the visual ID is off here, and it's lowercase.
I know,
U and
I
D.
know.
What's
I
going
saw
on?
that. I don't know. I saw something the other day. Actually, do you know, by the way, have you watched, there's a new Netflix show out called Explained, and there's a new episode that just came out last week all about esports. Yeah, which, whatever. Anyway, they spelled it lowercase e, uppercase s, lowercase p-o-r-t-s.
We're back to that.
Yeah, I'm like, here's my question. You chat as well. Should I answer?
Don't ask this because Lennox is going to yell from the back.
Yeah,
I've
I
seen
know what
tweets of
Lennox.
his.
Listen, Lennox and I are on the same page here. I want it all lowercase, but is E capital S lowercase p-o-r-t-s? Is that allowed? What is your opinion?
Sure, we all know what we're talking about.
Lennox.
No.
There it is. Fair enough. Oh, Fire Punch, I absolutely agree with you. Okay. At any rate, moving right along, let's talk about PUBG. The Global Invitational. Oh, Lord.
Tabs is trolling.
Tabs, I can't even with you right now. The PUBG Invitational competition is heating up on the road to next month's live event, and this weekend, actually it was last weekend, the Best of the EU, that was me, that's on me, came together for some quality battle royale competition. But before we dive into the EU PUBG scene, let's take a look at where we are in the race to the PUBG Invitational.
Now, what was once 640 teams has been whittled down to a 20-team tournament. 3 teams from the EU, 3 from NA, 3 from... Oh, what is it?
It's SEA is Southeast Asia, and then Taiwan.
Taiwan, and then 2 teams from...
CIS, which is
that?
Central International something or other, I think. It's Russia or Ukraine.
Really?
That's
All
what CIS is. I just can't
Gotcha.
remember how what the pronunciation is, or what the... Hey, DJ.
Yep.
I agree with the way you pronounce it and spell it.
2 from Korea, 2 from China, and 2 from Japan. Then it's 1 from LATAM, 1 from Oceania, and the final spot goes to a single team out of the Middle East. Now, those 20 teams of 4 players will vie for their chance at global domination in the PGI finals taking place July 25th to 27th in Berlin.
But moments away. 12 teams have already qualified, including those from North America, China, CIS, Southeast Asia, Thailand, Taiwan, Oceania, as well as the Middle East. Now let's talk EU. Okay, so last weekend they got 20 of EU's finest vying for just 3 qualifier spots, and what a competition it was. It's already been drama-filled, with Team Liquid stepping in for Team Valhalla due to a player Steezy's game ban, and Rogue taking the place for Inside Games due to a controversy that involved players entering the tournament multiple times. Yikes. Drama.
How do you do that? How do you enter the tournament multiple times?
They had, I guess, I don't know. I know that is, I'm trying to remember what it is because I definitely wrote this story and I for sure forgot.
What was the commercial? It was a sports commercial where somebody like got suspended. They tried to come back in with a mustache on. And, like they changed the name one letter off. Anyway, for more on last weekend's competition, check out pgi.playbattlegrounds.com.
And I think I can tell you, okay, we now know who, looks like the only people we don't know, the only teams we don't know yet right this moment, the Korean qualifier, those still yet to be named. And then looks like from the EU,
looks like we made it.
Have Team Liquid. Yay, Roby. Let's see. Welcome to South George. That's the name of the team. As well as the Knights. The Pittsburgh. There's an H there. I'm confused. The Pittsburgh Knights from the European
Either way.
Qualifier.
Looks like
talk
Tabs wants us
trivia.
to move on.
I think he
Goodness
does.
gracious. So sorry. Oh, all right. Apologies.
Oh, interesting.
We vamped for too
Lennox,
long.
Is it? Lennox. Fair enough. Let's see. Which team did not make it out of the NA qualifiers last weekend for PUBG?
I just want to see if
PUBG.
our player over here gets the answer right.
Let's see our in-studio team player. Where's... Okay.
I had no answer selected. I got it wrong.
It's Slime Squad, in case anyone's curious.
I was going to say that to Troll, and
And then there it is. I liked Honey Badger Nation, which I'm really hoping is an actual name, but I don't think it is.
could be.
Could be.
We've seen lots of interesting names.
That
One of my-
is hard to deny.
One of my first Halo tournament names was pretty good. I don't know if I'm
What-
really allowed to
what
say
was
it.
your- Okay. Which team was victorious in the NBA 2K mid-season tournament? Which team was victorious in NBA 2K 2018 mid-season tournament? Knicks Gaming, 76ers GC, Celtics Crossover Gaming, or Blazers Gaming? I can tell you with some authority that we said the name several times in the story.
There it is.
Blazers!
I just didn't know if I wanted to say it out loud. And it got a good laugh. It's like the randoms that you find when you're matchmaking, when you solo queue.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, I get paired up with all these random. And that was our team name.
Just delightful.
And we lost a team Best in Washington that had like Neighbor and a whole bunch of people. So whatever.
well,
Horrible
there you
time.
go. Who knew?
Womp womp.
Uno mas on the trivia scale.
I'm getting moved.
Blazers
Yes,
Gaming.
yes, indeed. Here we go. This is for Texas Showdown. Where was the Texas Showdown event held? Okay.
Denver, Texas.
Fair enough. Denver, Texas.
Goodness gracious.
I'll tell you, it has an Overwatch team, which is a trick question because there's two in Texas.
The other ones I don't feel like are even real places in Texas. So there better not be any votes for those. Oh, Dallas is the next one.
Houston.
Dallas is the next stop. Houston was the original stop.
Oh, there it is.
That's probably why they got
Boy, that's
tore up.
confusing.
Dallas is the next stop.
That's how we do.
Trixie Hobbit is back there creating these questions.
Around 11sies?
Oh, goodness gracious. I sent you down a path
I know.
that I should not have even
Hairy feet.
tampered
Let's
with.
move it right along. Let's take a look at what we got to take a look at. So, I don't even know how to handle that
Yeah,
one.
one sec.
I mean, do you
Malik,
need to take them in?
take 'em.
Can you, Malik, can you do us a solid and make
He's
sure
gonna
that...
take you.
Yeah, so,
Should we tell
sorry.
people what happened?
Here's the deal. We can.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. And we
with
should while
Malik.
you guys are... Yeah, go with Malik. He's gonna show you all things.
So getting
Yeah,
ready
Liam.
for vacation tomorrow, my child is here.
It's true.
And he's a little 5-year-old who does not know his way around this building.
He does
and
not.
he needed, let the whole room know that he needed to go to the restroom right here, right now, while I can't get my big self out
He's
of this chair.
literally tethered. He's literally tethered.
Oh yeah,
here.
I can't move. Can't move.
But guess what? You're tethered for a reason.
My hand hit your face. Let's do it. All right, now the EA Sports Madden 18 Ultimate League Championships was held in Dallas, Texas a couple of months ago, where the world's top Madden players went head-to-head for a grand prize of $135,000 and the Madden Championship belt.
Woo! Now the first weekend kicked off with 8 top players going head-to-head in single elimination matches. Some of the players include longtime Madden veterans Skimbo and True as well.
Skimbo.
Skimbo, I can't remember.
How does the M look like an I?
Skimbo.
All right.
Fair enough. As a mix of upcoming rookies like Young Kiv and Dreeny.
Now, after a series of big plays, stunning upsets, and narrow victories, the 4 victorious players were Blocky, True, Dreeny, and Young Kiv, who all moved on to the Final Four Conference Championship the following week.
Now, the first match of the final started off with a blowout from Dreeny, who knocked True out of the competition with a riveting 31-7 victory. Meanwhile, Seattle native, woohoo! Young Kiv swept Blocky in a stunning 24-0 victory, leading to an epic rematch between Young Kiv and Dreeny in the Madden Bowl. A reminder of last December's Madden Challenge Championships, where Dreeny beat out Young Kiv in the final match. Young Kiv looking for blood.
You just like these from Seattle.
I do.
Needless to say, tensions were high as the 2 young heavyweights took to the stage. Now, both sides started out strong, scoring 14 points each by the end of the first half. After a field goal from Dreeny, Young Kiv followed with a touchdown and took a 21-17 lead with about 4 minutes left to play. But then with just a minute left in the game, Dreeny snagged a touchdown, bringing him up 3 points and close to a victory. Un pequeño. Now, as the crowd stood on the edge of their seats, Young Kiv received the ball and pushed his way down the field, drawing down the clock and getting dangerously close to the end zone. With only 25 seconds left in the game, Young Kiv threw a short touchdown pass, giving him a 28-24 lead. Apparently, in Madden, you can throw for a touchdown and win the game when you're on like the 2-yard line.
And
doesn't happen in real life,
Seahawks.
because I'm still not bitter. Not at all.
Dreeny surprisingly returned the punt into scoring position. However, he was unable to lock a touchdown in time, making Young Kiv the Madden Bowl champion and recipient of the $135,000 grand prize. Big congratulations to my fellow Seattleite for coming in on top and bringing our Seattle Seahawks to victory. That would be
I'm just
nice.
going to say it's called kickoff. It's not a punt. A punt is when you punt on like 4th down. Anyway, whatever. It's neither here nor there.
Let
Be
that
sure to
be a
check out
lesson to you.
mixer.com/Madden for all the coverage of future Madden competitions and tournaments. And also be sure to follow EA Madden NFL on Twitter to stay up to the date on all Madden news and events.
So many Madden newses and events.
I mean, we only did
we-
one here in this show. I feel like it's not so
Well, I
many.
mean, you could follow them for
Yeah,
that.
I guess.
I don't know.
I'm going to be so sad after July.
Guys, I will say, should we...
I mean, we could tell them.
Here's the thing. Rukari
Got a new job.
got a new job, and so he
It's
is...
just in a different building.
It is in a different building, but it's light years away in so many ways. At any rate, yeah, vote for your whatever. Here's the thing. It's going to be... this is one of Rukari's last shows in the Hollowed Halls that he helped build.
It's true.
The twee that he was at.
Do you remember our pilot?
I do remember our pilot. It was not great. But
Not that
it
any
was
show has
fun.
been.
That's true, but it was fun, and I think that's what's most important, or so I'm telling myself. Hey, guess
It's for
what?
horses.
This is true. It feels
That was
like...
3. That was 3.
Was that 3?
Yeah, it was 3.
No. Feels like it's your turn.
Oh, it's Northwest Majors that I didn't go to. Oh, see? All right. Now, the 10th Northwest Majors is upon us. This year, the event will be held on June 23rd, or it was held on June 23rd to 24th in Tequila. Oh, it was in Tequila.
That's right.
Oh, Washington's virtual sports, a venue big enough to host laser tag, dodgeball, drone races, VR gaming, and a dozen tournaments simultaneously.
Is that
yeah.
by the Family Fun Center? Mm-hmm. Oh, there it is.
I did not know it was down
I
there.
didn't know either. Usually it's a Highline.
Yeah, right? Oh. Now, the tournaments hosted at this event will be all fighting games, so look forward to watching or go check out Street Fighter V, Tekken 7, DB's FZ, like we talk about all the time, Super Smash Bros. Melee, Super Smash Bros. Wii U, and many more.
So far, some of the top talent you can expect to see will be Echo Fox's Sonic Fox. Yeehaw! Panda Global's Nakael, Evil Genius's NY Chris G, Echo Fox's Punk, and recent free agent Knuckledoo in attendance. All these top players at the same event, same entering multiple tournaments. You have no excuses to be bored last weekend.
Now, if the stakes weren't high enough, this is also an official event in the Capcom Pro Tour. Players will receive points based on placing, which contributes to their global and regional rankings in the Capcom Pro Tour. Now, players that accrue enough points over the course of the tour will be invited to the Capcom Cup for a chance at big bucks.
Big
no
bucks.
date has been announced for that yet, but we can expect it to be held around December of this year.
Thanks, Malik.
Yeah, good looking out.
Good looking out. And there he goes, his head. Remember, Northwest Majors 10 was just not long ago. So whether you were a player, a spectator, or a viewer from home, you didn't want to miss the event. If you did, head over to twitch.tv/Team Chaos. That's spelled KHAOS. And I did not realize that Sonic Fox is going to be there.
I know. We went down and trolled him and saw what he was
Shoot,
wearing.
I would have totally done it. I wonder if he was going to wear the
What are we
mask
doing
again.
June 23rd to 25th. I don't know.
What were we doing? Oh, it was the week after E3, right?
Yeah. I was asleep.
That sounds about right, actually.
Happily asleep.
Sleep. Anyway.
Oh, are we really there this time?
Are we doing this? Are we doing a job?
ahead.
Upcoming tourneys, let's talk about them. It's all about finding out about the need-to-know competitions happening in the near future.
Now, for these tournaments that are on Mixer and are a part of Mixer Esports, follow the channel to get a notification when they go live.
Let's start with Injustice 2. The third stop of the Injustice 2 Pro Series comes to Austria and Via Natalie?
Yep.
Is that really the name of
Via
a
Natalie?
city?
Yeah, it's in Austria.
No, shoot. I thought it would be Vienna, because that's
Yeah,
in
like
Austria,
Vienna's in
but
there.
apparently this is another Vienna.
It is a sausage town.
A sausage town, says Lennox. Anyway, the tour comes to Austria this weekend. They are fresh off of what we mentioned before, that CEO 2018 weekend, and the broadcast will be starting at 2 a.m. Eastern, 5 a.m. Pacific this Saturday. Wait,
Yep.
isn't it 5 a.m. Pacific, 2 a.m. Eastern? It's super early. Just know that.
3 hours ahead.
Right? I know there's
Or like super late.
worth.
Yeah, we're 2 a.m. Pacific,
So
5
2
a.m.
a.m.
Eastern.
Pacific, 5 a.m. 5 a.m. Eastern. Never mind. Saturday, wake up early. That's all you need to know. It continues to top 8 of Sunday, starting at 8:30 a.m.
This one's right.
This one's right. Eastern, 5:30 a.m. Pacific. That's Sunday. Mixer.com/NetherRealm.
Now, the joint Halo and Gears esports event is coming up next weekend, and I might be there in New Orleans, and we cannot be more excited, especially if there's
face.
hand grenades involved. Now, both tournaments will occupy the same venue, and you can watch either stream on Mixer.com/Halo or Mixer.com/Gears of War, July 13th to 15th.
No hurricanes or Halo for Kate. Or Gears.
Maybe.
No, I'm going to
Because
watch it from
I don't think I
home.
can go.
No, you can't go?
Possibly not.
Well, let's talk about that later. Anyway, lastly, here's your reminder to check out ESL tournaments that are on Mixer, especially ESL 1 Cologne. That's a CSGO tournament happening all this weekend. Actually, right now, Mixer.com/ESL_CSGO. We've got them in a bunch of languages, Spanish, French, German, and much, much more. We hope you tune in and support awesome ESL events happening on Mixer. ESL 1 coming from Cologne, the cathedral of Counter-Strike.
The dome. Oh, my goodness.
Dun, dun, dun.
You know.
It's really, really good, guys, and we've been to the semifinals already. We got Astralis, we got FaZe Clan. We'll see what happens. Using of the hands to say things right here.
This is your space. I am merely but
See us go.
a fixture in the house that Kate built.
Oh,
Leaderboard
stop.
time? I know.
Leaderboards. Let's find out how Malik did, shall we? Remember, we'll
What
was that?
Where did you get that? Like, why is that here?
Throaty Nickel 5. That's Throaty Nickels. Oh, Malik coming in second. BC Fighting, thank you for representing us on the third. Mara,
How you gonna take a bow for second?
I'm slightly concerned. You had the answers. Mara, hearts you real hard, but I'm also very concerned. But Throaty Nickels,
30
I
nickels
have
is a.
you're
30 nickel five, what-
you
that's
are
a-
at the top of our leaderboard.
Is that one of those like instantly generated gamer tags?
You know what? Only Throaty Nickels can tell us, and I'd like you to put it in chat if you have the availability.
Because you're clearly here.
You are clearly, and we'll do that.
All right.
So at any rate, yeah, make sure to know we'll be right here.
We'll be right here. Most of us, anyway. Maybe not me. Every Thursday at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern on this channel, Mixer.com/thisweekinesports. So be sure to watch our past episodes right below on our channel page and follow us on Twitter at WatchMixer for updates on the show and to know what's happening in the wide world of esports.
Esports. Now, make sure to tune in this weekend for hashtag Esports Weekend. Mixer.com/channel1. It's all weekend starting at 11 a.m. Eastern or 8
you know.
a.m. Pacific this Saturday with a repeat of this very episode. We'll also have the Injustice 2 tourney at Austria starting at 5 a.m. Eastern. That's 2 a.m. Pacific on Saturday. Also with the ESL1 Cologne CSGO tournament on Mixer.com/ESL_CSGO. These tournaments will be broadcast on both days this weekend, so check them out. You can check them out right now if you want to.
Oh my goodness, that was too good. My cheeks hurt.
gonna miss this?
Now make sure to check Mixer.com/channel1 for the full show or full schedule of our shows.
Full
Excuse me.
schedule.
Full schedule.
Full schedule. And stick around. We're going to host Mixer LFG. And don't forget to tune in tomorrow for Mixer Level Up Cast starting at 3 p.m. Eastern or 12 p.m. Pacific. On Mixer.com/Level Up Cast along with Mixer's #1 week. Oh, French toast.
Is that why he's in here?
Good grief.
Yeah, he added-
Who
No, I know,
wrote
look
this?
at his
I
face right
run
now.
Burgundy so hard on this one.
Look at his face. No, keep it going.
Mixer's #1 worst weekly show, tips and tricks every two. Hey, you mess with my prompter, you get the horns. That starts at I think it's 4 p.m.
Yeah, I think it's 4 p.m.
Pacific
Yeah.
and 7 p.m. Eastern.
I
So
believe
make
so.
sure to set your alarms for 4 p.m. every Tuesday to watch
LFG.
LFG. Thanks for watching, everyone. You can go ahead and follow the channel.
Where's it at, Kate? I know the follow. You did. Never
Oh,
mind.
I thought you were asking me how many.
You
We're
really
at
looked at the
58,
screen
we're
like
at
No,
$57.99.
she really looked for the follow button on there.
I was like,
It's
now
all right.
we're at
It's all right.
5,800.
All right.
Thank you to whoever just followed.
Bye, y'all. We'll see y'all next time.